Welcome to Twinning Out Loud.
With your hosts, Mariah and Amanda.
Today we are going to talk about time with your twin. So I have a couple twin mom friends and a lot of them do like one hang out with their one twin and another with another and then do it all together. And we just kind of want to talk about that. How do you do that? How do you manage that at home? Especially then if we throw in another kid, do you do individual time with them as well, or how do you balance that? So what do you currently do, Amanda?
Well, so the boys are pretty young yet, so I feel like anytime that I do anything, it's with kind of both of them. But we are big on like birthdays being very specific to the person. So Lainey just had her birthday, so we took her for a day for herself. And then last year when the boys turned one, like Lainey still went to daycare, but we took the boys and had a day with them. And I'm hoping like as I get older, I do get my individual time with like each of them. And I do think that's super important because they are individual people. Right now, I just feel like you would be kind of doing the same thing with both of them and they don't really know yet. So it's just kind of easier on me than it is. But one of my friends actually said that they take their kids out for Valentine's Day and like the girl takes the dad on a date and the boy takes the mom. So like I would love to do that with like our kids, have Lainey go with Gary and the boys with me. And that I would do together with them. But yeah, for right now, like we do it together with the boys. But I really do hope like I get that individual time because it's super important.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, I just had this conversation with Tom. Like, we're kind of getting at that stage because Parker is older. So we'll take her to my cousin's basketball game. So I'll take her. It'll be like a mommy-daughter date. She's also done like one-offs with my parents and stuff like that. But I have started to say to Tom, I think we should start doing that with the twins as well. Like, I can take Parker this day. I mean, I have a lot of cousins, so I go to a lot of their games. So, like, I can take a twin this day, and I can take a twin that day, and take Parker a day. So give them each their individual time. So we're really trying to figure that out. They're all girls, so Valentine's Day we do a lot just together. Tom makes chocolate-covered pretzels, chocolate-covered strawberries for the girls. We get them baskets, and we kind of just, like, celebrate that way. And then for their birthdays, Parker, like, has her day. They all stay home from school on their birthdays. But I let them all kind of stay home together. Or whoever's birthday it is gets to pick what we do that day. So yeah, I mean, I guess they're kind of cheating the system by getting off on each other's birthdays. Maybe I shouldn't do that one. We'll rethink that one. But yeah, we just make it like a family day and they pick. But they're summer birthdays, so they don't really, it's not, at one point it won't really be taking off. They already have all.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, I mean, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, I see a lot of people, like I said, do like the one-off dates. So I'm trying to figure out like where to incorporate that because they also do enjoy spending time with each other. I call them triplets because they basically are like triplets.
Very tall triplets.
Very tall triplets. It's going to be like the movie Double Team just with like a third.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I equate it to. But
they'll look a little more coordinated.
I hope so.
I question their basketball skills. I think I would do better.
Yeah, I do hope that they're a little more coordinated. I do love the scene in that movie when they're like all at the house and making grilled cheeses.
Yeah.
The old school grilled cheese maker. We have an old school grilled cheese maker. It was my parents and they passed it to us and it always throws us back to that movie. So
I can just see that like awkward movement.
Awkward step with they like put the ball.
Yes. That's what I'm thinking. Like your girls won't look that bad.
No, I hope not. They started gymnastics and they're loving it. So I'm hoping they learn their body from that, and then we'll figure out the next athletic steps from there.
Funny you say that. Lainey is also in gymnastics, and we are struggling with taking the boys with, and Gary and I both getting to be present.
Yeah.
Or switching. Where I take her one week, Gary takes her the next, which we're currently doing. So we've taken the boys three times. First time, it went actually pretty smooth. Second time, not as smooth, but they weren't really like, they were walking, but they were still okay with sitting. Yeah. The third time, they were like, oh, I want to get down and like needed to be walking. So then that like really distracted us and neither of us got to watch Lainey. So that like individual time Lainey right now is getting because we each switch.
Yeah.
and one of us takes her one week and then one takes her the next, and the boys stay home. But I keep telling Gary it's very important to like get the boys out like in society because they have to know how to act.
Pull off they have to. You know it's going to be hard. You go into these things knowing it's going to be difficult, but if they don't do it, they'll never get used to it.
Yeah. So I actually took all 3 of them to my nephew's basketball game, and that was a lot. Okay. But I did it. So I pulled that Band-Aid off by taking them to an event. Now, my mother-in-law was there to help. My sister-in-law was there to help. So it's not like I went totally by myself. But I think they did really well. Like, for the most part, they sat and had their snacks. Lainey was obviously fine. She was great. And then Emmett saw a basketball roll toward him, and he was like, yes! And that kind of derailed our, like, sitting well.
You have to get these travel magnetiles. Oh. They're like in a little case. We recently just tried it when we went to my alumni game. So like that's a long time. I'm playing them on the court. I can't help Tom. He's with all 3 kids. Granted, it's unstructured. So if they run towards me, it's fine. It's not like I have an actual game. But I packed a bag of like magnetiles, their babies, and some other things. And the magnetiles were great. And they took them to the restaurant for lunch after and just like frolicking with them.
We actually had a light break for Christmas, a small one that like you poke. It's almost like a pop-it that changes color like when you use it. That's cool. Super cool. Like Lainey loves it, and the boys have actually been liking it. So like while Emmett was having his meltdown about the ball, Elliot was like nicely sitting there playing with the light break. Yeah. I didn't realize, I guess it's a trend right now, but I found it just when I was searching for a good 3-year-old, 4-year-old, like, Christmas gifts. And now I feel like each kid could use one because it really is, like, entertaining for them, but I'll have to look at the magnetiles. We love things that travel.
Like, it's like the mini pack. It's super cool. I'll bring it on next time. It's just like a little pack, and they easily can pack it back up in there and just like...
We're big on the magnetic puzzles right now, too.
Oh, those are cool.
Yeah, Lainey does really well with them. Like, if we go out to eat, she sits and, like, does each of the puzzles, like, 4 times. And she's at an age where she colors, and, like, it's easier to keep her entertained. But,
back to your point about kind of the sports aspect of it, because it kind of ties in. Like, when you're doing your individual time, also, how do you do sports as they get older? Like, I do feel like I'm lucky right now because they are the same gender. They're around the same age. They're about 2 years apart. So I feel like I got lucky there because, like, gymnastics, for example, how, like, their boys are still young, but all of the girls can kind of go. So we all take them on the same night. They all go. Parker's is a little longer. So the twins, by the time theirs is over, Tom has to take them to the car. So he misses the last, like, 10 minutes of Parker's. But it's still nice that they're all doing that together. But it is nice that Lainey gets kind of that individual time as well. But right now, if, like, Parker grows with the twins don't, they're like, where's Sissy? Why isn't Sissy here? So
that's what Lainey's been saying recently in the car. She says, can Daddy and Brothers come next week too? Or like if Gary takes her, she'll be like, can Mommy and Brothers come next week? And I'm like, let's just do it. Let's take them. It was difficult. And where we go to gymnastics, you know, there's no space. There's literally no space. So if they even try to like kick or move or anything, they're hitting somebody else. And there's not even a lot of room in the foyer area to let them walk. And if I'm out there, I'm definitely not seeing Lainey.
And it's like hard to even exit. So if they do start moving a lot, like it is a big scene for you to get up and exit. It's not like a little scene where you could just like scoot out.
No, it's very cramped in there. So we do tend to not take them, and I would like to more, but again, like, is it worth the scene? Is it worth just like the headache?
No, I think you guys are playing it well right now. Like each of you take her a different week.
I think she does enjoy that because like yesterday she said next week's Daddy's turn, but then on like flip side, on the way home she said, can Daddy and Brothers come?
Got it.
So yeah, I do like that she has that, but I don't know what I'll do if the boys tend to different sports. And I know that they're super young and this means nothing, but one of them tends to like go for the basketballs, the little basketballs we have, and constantly shooting. And the other one has, like, no real interest in that.
Yeah.
Now he can hammer a golf club into the other one's head. We had to take golf clubs away. They were kid golf clubs. That, like, I'm unsure if they pick, like, a sport in the same season, like, how you manage that. Because my brother and I were in different sports but you had two parents.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, my dad went with my brother because he coached my brother in soccer. My mom took me to softball, and it was just what it was.
We got lucky, though, because at least our twins are the same gender.
Yes.
Because there are a lot, so it almost feels like, from what I hear from other, like, older twin parents, is that it almost feels like you have two kids because they do end up playing a lot of the same stuff. Granted, if they do play opposite things, which I could also see the girls doing, like one of them liking one thing, especially because, like you did, our spouses are different sports than we are.
Yeah.
So I could see them gravitating towards different things.
Yeah.
But we are lucky in that sense because, like, could you imagine for those out there that are boy, girl, they're definitely they have different teams regardless.
I mean, even basketball, they both play basketball, girls play away.
Yeah, boys play home. That would be stressful.
Yeah. I mean, I can see like fall sports might be a little easier if it's like, I think soccer, volleyball. And then like football, because those are mainly only Fridays, so there's only like a day you would miss if like they had another game somewhere. But yeah, winter being like indoor sports, they always have to be in different gyms.
Yeah, so. that would be a lot. My cousin's actually doing that right now. So her son is at a different school, but he plays basketball, and then her daughter is at a different school and plays basketball. So it's like
they're even competing schedules. Like they're not even like close. So. Yeah, or even baseball, softball, they play away and home too.
A lot to think about. I am interested, like, if there is anybody listening that is a twin parent, if you could just weigh in. How do you do it? Do you do separate schedules? Like, do you do alone time with one twin and then with the other twin, and then maybe if you have another kid in the mix, the same there as well? And then maybe even sports. Like, how do you navigate that if they have different schedules?
Yeah, but you made a good point before where you said, like, your parents take Parker sometimes, and she gets that individualized time. My parents take Lainey a lot, too. Yeah. And, like, Gary's parents will take Lainey. Yeah. Especially if the boys are there, like my nephews. So she gets a lot of her own individualized time, but I feel like because they're twins, like, nobody's ever just like, oh, let me take the twins for you.
It's so funny you said that because I just had this discussion with my parents maybe last week. Because they did something similar. When they go to their grandparents' lunches at daycare, they asked to take Parker after, which was fine because Parker's was in the afternoon, so it was easy to take her afterwards. The girls were in the morning, so they still had a whole day of school, so they didn't want to take them. But then Parker came home and was like, I had this time with Nanny and Grandpa, and the twins were like, well, we didn't. So like then it was like this whole thing, and we passed the place that they went. Parker's like, that's where Nanny and Grandpa took me. And so now that they're starting to be vocal, I had to talk with my parents the other day because they didn't realize it. And there's always this quick switch when the girls now are like going grown-up toddler, and they realize things, and now they're speaking more. And so now it's like, we need to be more aware that can't happen again. If you're going to take one, you can take her that day, but you also need to have the twins time.
So it's funny, I had that talk with my parents too. Yeah. Because they always want to take Lainey for like a sleepover. My parents don't live close. So if they're taking them, they take them for like the whole weekend, pretty much like Friday night and then Sunday they come back. But they always just take Lainey. Yeah. And again, the boys are pretty young. It doesn't click. But they also always take Lainey for a beach trip to my cousin's beach house. Oh. Okay. And that's in fall usually. So like the last 2 years, Lainey has gotten her own like long weekend with them. And I kind of mentioned that I don't want her to go by herself this year. Like
everyone has, especially for trips like that. Like it's a big experience for the kids. Like
the boys will be too.
And the overnight, and the overnights and stuff, like with your grandparents, like that's big for them. Like that'd be hard to just take one.
Yeah, so I get like if you want to do a sleepover with Lainey here and then the boys a different time. Yeah. Or even like if you wanted to do one at a time, like you said, get that individualized time. I don't see that happening. It's not as easy. That'd be 3 totally different trips.
You might as well just do one big one and like let it. Yeah. That's like, because that was something we also had to discuss. I was like, you're still going to get your individual time with like Parker, with the twins, like, but like for those like events and those things, it needs to be all of them. It can't be same with like a sleepover. They've never had like individual sleepovers. It's always been all 3, but I was just like, we, not just them, because I didn't realize it either at the time until I was like, oh, wow, like the girls realize this now.
I'm being ahead of it. I think my parents aren't thrilled about that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I don't want this to become something that like the boys resent.
Yeah. Well, at first I was like letting it happen because Parker needed that time away because the twins, when twins come into the household, it's like a lot. So I was like, she needs that time to like be with them and it all be about her. So like I would take her to like we do our hair appointments together. So my parents would take her. So it was nice to get her out, especially because like those first couple years, like your world is like survival of twins in a good way, but like trying to navigate this new normal. So that's what I attributed it to in the beginning, and now I'm like, well, now it needs to be an experience for all of them. They all need to like do it.
We're all figuring it out as we go, right?
We are. So... There's no right and wrong. It's just us frolicking until we get it right that works for us and your village and your support people and what happens. And I know I'm visiting my friend, and originally I was just going to take Parker, but since we had those individual nights this week, just going to the games, I was like, oh, well, I'm going to bring everybody. We're all going to go visit her. So, yeah, so it's just it's a balancing act. It
might also be oldest grandchild syndrome.
It is. She is the oldest grandchild.
Yeah, Lainey is too. And then Caleb is, so it makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
They get their individualized, but it's really hard to like fix that.
They were the first. They were the babies in the family. Yeah.
I just never want that resentment, so like I don't want like bad relationships or bad blood or anything like that.
Well, it happens when the parents aren't aware, and I feel like it sounds like you're already on top of it. So I mean, it only happens if it continues, and like you're not aware right now. They're not. We didn't traumatize them yet.
No,
they're not there. I mean, maybe a little. But we can still work back from it. Yeah. I think, but
like Lainey said, sometimes you make me mad.
Yep. See, Parker told me the other day we were at the game and someone was shooting a foul shot, and I was like, Parker, shh, and she was like, you're always telling me to shush, and I'm like, okay. It's like, well, I was like, I mean, if they're shooting a foul shot, can we not be screaming about Barbie right now?
Has nothing to do. Yeah.
But, I mean, it was for the other team, so maybe I should have just let her talk and distract the girl, but I felt bad. But
so you'll just have to let us know your thoughts on the individualized time versus group time and how you split, even with grandparents, like what you do to make things work and make it equal.
Yeah.
Or fair. Maybe not equal, fair.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to be
What works for you? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Share the knowledge. We're trying to share what we got going on over here. But thanks for listening. Definitely weigh in on the topic. And we'll see you next week. Have a great day.
Bye. Bye.